Now we have the code to add a task and display the menu. It's time to write code to display all the tasks, right? So then it is the same as the previous one, it just displays the elements. So you just need to pass in the array and the number of elements. This time we're not passing it as a reference because we're just displaying it, we're just using it for a loop. We're not going to change the value of the number of elements. So let's write the method static void display, is it display list, display tasks. Then you have a string of an array of strings and we call it to do list. Then we don't pass this as a reference anymore. And then we're going to display, we have code to display all the elements in an array, so we can just use that code. So here's code for displaying, just copy the for loop and paste it there. But then here we are using to do list, there we used an array called name, so you just change this to do list, and this should work. Also have watch out for number of elements, it could be named something else, so then you have to change it in your loop as well. So the things that change is the name of your method, the name of your string, and number of elements can change, or you can keep the name the same all the time. Then this should display all the elements in the array, but first, before we do that, we need to add a task, right? So we'll just call add task. We can add 2 tasks and then call the display tasks method, display tasks method, and we need to pass in the list and the number of elements. Then to add a task, we also need to pass in the list and pass in as a reference the number of elements, and we need to do the same here, list, and then pass in as a reference the number of elements. Then let's run the code and see what happens. Enter a task, let's say eat and gym. So then it displays the task, so that part of the code also works. So now we can move on to the next part of the code.